Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm playing with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Series 20, and this is the sketch from Sarah Davies. And I'm also playing with a Layout Library all dressed up from Linda Mowat, and so the scrapping photographer. So I'll have her and Sarah Davies linked below, and I'm going to do this picture of my oldest all dressed up as a flower girl. So she's on a swing. I think this was after the ceremony, but before the reception for my brother's wedding. So, and this is a Maggie Holmes paper from Great Paper, and I did some ink blending. So that top piece of white cardstock has Prize Ribbon and Stormy Sky, and then I'm going to use these three green Distress Oxides, and that one has lots of yellow in it. I was not, whatever, not the biggest fan of that color, but that's okay. I'm going to get some other greens on here. I'm also going to pull out Salvage Patina and Peacock Feather to add a little bit more blue, less yellow to this. So I decided to tie in the grass in the picture. There's some blue in her dress, and I'm also going to tie in gold. So I am going to cut these into some borders. So I'm going to use this diamond one that's actually a stitching die from Spellbinders. I'm going to use that on the green, which makes it so you don't see as much of that yellow, which is awesome. And then I'm going to use this other one, which is it's called something hearts. So it's like, it's supposed to look like hearts on for part of it on the blue, and run it through, and there we go. And I'm going to run it through again, and if I was going to do this again, I probably would do a few more of these for both of the colors, but this is what I've got, and this layout took me a long time to do. I do not understand why it took a long time to do, but it totally did. So the whole layout took me just over an hour and a half to do, recorded. So like that's not even the time like taking a look at my papers and deciding which papers I want to do and which picture I want to do and all of that. So yeah. This is also from my Counterfeit Kit Challenge. I have this paper left, and then I have a couple more full sheets, two striped ones, and maybe one other one. I think just two striped ones. So I have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday left to do. And so I am totally going to kill this month, which is super exciting. So this is going to go on. I back these in black. I'm also backing the diamond ones in black. The diamond ones I did not cut enough black for, so I'm going to use the die to do some of them, and then the rest of them I'm going to back just by hand and scraps. And I'm going to map my photo in white and in black, but I do cut some of that out just because, yeah, that's a lot. It's a long video as it is. So I cut out what I could, where I could. So I did have to reposition that photo, so it did do like a little bit of crinkly in it. I think it'll calm down eventually, but that's why I was using my fist on it. And then this is washi, so I'm just putting it on white cardstock so I can put it on and actually see the pattern. Otherwise you'd see all those flowers in behind, and sometimes that's fine. Totally didn't want that for today. So I pulled out a bunch more washi, and I'm going to put one of these heart spellbinder ones at the top and one at the bottom, and then I'm going to fill them in going in instead of like from one to the other, which I probably wouldn't have done again that way, but that's the way I did it. So these are going to go up on foam. There's going to be three of them. There is going to be one over on the right side because there is a bit there as well. And then I'm just going to kind of have a pattern, but in the middle it kind of is not a pattern anymore, so it is what it is. But I did keep to the grassy greens and the blues and a little bit of black just to like tie that in. So, and then do this one, which is like a purpley blue, but it's still blue and it's still part of that hello washi set. So there was that washi set that says hello on it with the gold and the green and the yellow. This is part of that set, I think. No, it's not, but it matches well enough. The ones that have the backing on the washi tape, those ones are part of that set, the same set, but they're very similar in color, so it doesn't really matter. So this would have been a faster layout to do had I used just my scraps, but I didn't have any scraps in my kit that actually matched, and I did have the Hello Washi put in my kit, so pulling other washi doesn't bother me at all. Still using the background paper, so it's all good. And it's the cutting of this and placing of this, I think, that took the most time. And glue, and here, and there. I did actually cut quite a bit of this out for the process. Usually I keep most of my process in, but there's only so much of me putting stuff on washi tape and gluing that you really truly need to see. So there's some more washi there, backing this with the black. When I do these diamond ones again, I'm definitely going to back it this way because that was way easier than the other way I did some of the backing. But yeah. And then this is that third piece. Trying to decide how I want this to go. I'm going to push this down and then decide in a little bit that it needs to move a little bit, but 'tis what it is. And then that one. And then it wasn't actually sticking very well. There was glue on it, but not as much as I obviously needed. And then some more washi. There's a lot of washi in this. And I didn't really think about like if I wanted to go with the washi to start with. So had I thought about that, I probably would have done all these strips on the white cardstock to begin with, but it is what it is. I wanted these ones longer because I do want it, so on Sarah's, it goes past the photo. Her photo is a lot smaller than mine is too, but it does go past the photo, so I'm trying to make sure that these do go past. And I did want these two to be the same on the upper and the lower, and then filling in. Yay, we're getting there. And some of them I'm gluing, some of them I'm just taping. There's no rhyme or reason why I'm doing either one, but mostly the ones that I'm gluing are over top of a different washi so that they actually have a better adhere to what they're going on. But there's some that aren't really sticking very well, so I'm using glue anyway. And then I still have that little bit beside the picture to do. I'm going to do the little bit of triangle here. and then back to some more, but off screen. And then these are just going to slide in behind the photo just so that there's a little bit there. And coming out, and a little piece right there. That's what I want. And then backing it this way, and then I cut around it. Not as, it was just way easier to use my machine. Maybe took a little bit longer to use my machine, and I already knew this was long, so This is the cut off piece of the heart that's on the black, and I thought it almost looked like a scallop edge. So it's going to get tucked underneath the blue, the green diamond with this blue. And I thought that was cute. And then just trying to sort out this middle part. So it's going to get two of those washies that are more of that grass green, and then one of the polka dot blue and green. And just lining it up, and then these ones are just going to go right up against that middle one, so I don't have to use the T-square again. And then on Sarah's, these are all different lengths, so I am trying to make them a little bit different, but they're not hugely different, but that's okay. To each their own. And then here I realize that there's a little bit extra that's going to be showing, so I am going to put the one that's blue and green and yellow here with the squiggly, just to hide the background paper, because it's right here that I notice, because they're not all straight, and that's okay. So those right like so. And then I'm going to cut all of this off. And then I'm going to start with my title. So I went and grabbed a whole bunch of letters. I was thinking about those gold and white ones. They're not sticky at all, and they kind of bundle up in the packaging like that, so I'm not worried about it because they just pull apart just fine. But I don't have another R, and because of the way those ones are, it's really hard to make another R, so I'm going to use these Dear Lizzie ones instead. And so I'm going to call this Flower Girl, but I didn't leave enough room, so I do want it to go underneath the black. I was trying to see if I could make it work with the black in between, and I don't like it. The flower is hard to read on the blue. It's actually easier to read on the washi tape, believe it or not. So I'm going to build up this side just a little bit more, just enough so that I can move the flower down. And so kind of like that opposite coming up as well, but not perfectly the same. And I do need a little bit more of the dotted one. This one, and then that one. Yay! So I think I added 5 more washies. 1, 2, 3, about that. And then my flower girl can come here, and then, or my flower, and then my girl, I'm just going to move up a little bit. These are not sticky at all, so as I'm doing this, I am gluing the letters, so I don't have to do it later, because I've already spent lots of time on this, and I'm kind of done it. So I put my magnet on top so that the glue has time to adhere to that washi, because the washi is, a lot of it is pretty slick. So, and then a little more glue there, some fossilized amber to finish it off. Wipe off my picture because I didn't put any plastic on top of it, and a little more glue here and there. And here are my close-ups. If you made it this far, thank you so much for continuing to watch. I really appreciate it. If you are new to my channel and would consider subscribing, I would love to have you here regularly. If you liked my video, that thumbs up really does help me out. on getting my videos out to other people. And I always respond to the comments, so a comment below would be great. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful day. Playlists will be linked below in the description box. Thanks again. Bye.